immediately headed out to Brazil. The 90 tackled Borneo. A year later, Australia. Not to be outdone, Range Rover, with a new turbo diesel engine, traversed Madagascar in 1987. Included in the convoy was an official team from the United States. Tom Collins and Don Floyd spent 3 weeks making the first crossing of the island. It was punishment and hardship, with rewards in the once-in-a-lifetime category. "40 years after the first Land Rover rolled off the production line, it was still being used for its original purpose. As a rugged utilitarian vehicle, great for expeditions or on the farm, and country lifestyle pursuits. Market research said this television commercial portrayed the essence of its image.
Next time you're late for work, it's worth remembering that nothing gets in the way of a Land Rover. The best 4x4, by far.
The 1980s saw many developments for Range Rover. A 4-door version, fuel injection, automatic transmission, and diesel engines became available. Perhaps most noteworthy, though, was the creation of a super luxury In Vogue special edition. Land Rover wanted to test the waters for a shift to an upmarket model because it had plans to tackle the world's biggest car market, North America. And here's where the story gets even more intriguing. Early research said that the idea of an expensive sport utility was a bad one. Americans wouldn't pay that much money. Or would they? Business in America commenced in 1987, selling a very exclusive high-specification Range Rover with options never before seen on this type of vehicle. Leather seats, wood trim, premium stereo system, sunroof, and power seats, door locks, and mirrors. Despite the predictions, this Range Rover was an immediate success. It sold out. The press dubbed it the gold standard of sport utilities. At that time, the sport utility market was still in its infancy, with only 10 marques available in the States. The Range Rover didn't fit the description of these more utilitarian types. It created a brand new segment in the still infant four-wheel drive market, the luxury sport utility vehicle. The North American launch was officially celebrated in 1989 with the Great Divide Expedition. 8 Range Rovers made the first off-pavement north-south crossing of the Continental Divide in Colorado by motor vehicle. The caravan covered over 1,000 miles of terrain, promoting the new Tread Lightly program, developed by the US Forest Service. At the same time, the Range Rover went headlong into the high-tech era with a bevy of electronic improvements, pioneering many four-wheel drive innovations, such as 4-channel anti-lock brakes. It became the first sport utility with a viscous-coupled center differential. A driver no longer had to set up the vehicle for tough off-roading. When the surface became slippery, the center differential locked automatically. In In the early 80s, Land Rover realized it needed a new vehicle, one that combined the ruggedness of the 90 and the 110 with much of the comfort of the Range Rover. The Japanese had already found a strong demand for this mainstream sport utility. If Land Rover were to enter this market, the vehicle could not sacrifice any off-road capability. With so many years of experience, it shouldn't be difficult to produce a winner. Discovery was launched in 1989 at the Frankfurt Motor Show. It was the first entirely new Land Rover in almost 20 years. The design picked up cues from Land Rover vehicles. The roof was raised and given windows. The spare wheel was mounted on the rear. Many of the chassis components came from Range Rover. Like other Land Rover products, it created a sensation, winning the British Design Council Award. Discovery was an authentic Land Rover and quickly joined the expeditionary ranks.